Hello and welcome back to the Duke Chronicle Weekly Sports Wrap, your one-stop shop for all things Duke sports. My name is Jack Dolgin, and we start off with the men's basketball team, so we'll just begin right there. A couple thrilling games for this team. First, they took on number 19 Louisville on Monday and defeated the Cardinals 72-65, their first win against a ranked opponent. And then they got their second win later this week on Saturday. They took down number 7 Virginia at home 63-62. If you didn't see it, Grayson Allen atoned for 2 missed free throws with 27 seconds left by hitting a buzzer beater game winner in the paint, and obviously sent the Blue Devils to their 4th straight victory, a huge win for the Blue Devils. Brandon Ingram also scored 18 straight points between the end of the first and second halves, a big performance by him. And the Blue Devils will now get a 3rd straight game against a ranked opponent. They take on number 9 North Carolina Wednesday to renew the Tobacco Road rivalry. That game will be in Chapel Hill, and obviously should be a really, really great contest. The women's basketball team had 2 games this week. They were playing without Azurá Stevens both times, who is still day-to-day with a torn plantar fascia, and she missed her 4th game after missing the latter of these 2 games. The first game they took on number 10 Florida State, and they fell 69-53 Thursday. They were held to 53 points for the 2nd straight game, and then they took on Wake Forest Sunday and lost 64-58. It was the Blue Devils. Well, the Blue Devils have won 44 straight games against the Demon Deacons, but the Blue Devils did not get that road victory this time against Wake Forest. And again, those are the men's and women's basketball stories. The men's lacrosse team kicked off its season winning 17-6 against High Point on Friday. Miles Jones with 2 goals and 4 assists. Deemer, Class, and Jack Bruckner with 4 goals each. And then the Blue Devils played Lehigh on Sunday and defeated Lehigh 13-11 after building a 6-goal halftime lead. Case Matheis had a hat trick, and Danny Fowler with 14 saves. The Blue Devils will take on the number 1 defending champion Denver team Saturday in Kennesaw, Georgia. So a quick start to the men's lacrosse season. The women's lacrosse team was also in action, and they beat Navy 18-9 in Annapolis. It was the Blue Devils' first road game of the season, and it was Kelsey Smeska with the career-high 6 goals. The Blue Devils, again, are coming back after returning or going to the Final Four last year, the women's lacrosse team, but they did lose a number of players, so good way to kick off the season, their first road game. The wrestling team also had a historic win earlier this week. On Wednesday, they beat UNC for the first time since 2004. That was in Chapel Hill. Brennan Walsh at heavyweight secured the 21-17 win in the final match, but it wasn't all for naught, but it wasn't great because the Blue Devils fell to number 10 Virginia Tech Saturday at home by a final score of 31-9. The Blue Devils have been dealing with forfeits throughout the season, and it doesn't seem like it's been helping them thus far. The track team was also in action, and it was Anima Banks, the senior, breaking a program record of the 800 meters at the Valentine Invitational fittingly. She basically locked up a trip to the NCAA Indoor Championships in early March, so obviously a great accomplishment for Banks. And finally, the men's tennis team is continuing to struggle. They fell to Vanderbilt 5-2 Saturday, falling for the 5th time in 6 matches. They reconfigured their doubles lineups and won the doubles point. They had lost many in a row. Many, I should say, were actually really, really close and heartbreakers, but they didn't get this. They got the doubles, but it didn't translate into the singles with regard to momentum. And again, men's tennis falls. So I'm going to recap: 2 wins for men's basketball, 2 losses for women's basketball. Men's lacks 2 wins, women's lacks 1 win. Wrestling goes 1-1. Track led by Anima Banks, and the men's tennis team goes 0-1 this week. We'll have a lot more for you next week. Obviously, the big matchup, Duke at North Carolina Wednesday. You can follow all of our coverage for basketball specifically at Duke Basketball on Twitter, and for all of our sports at Chronicle Sports, as well as clicking on the Sports tab on the Duke Chronicle website. Anyways, for the Duke Chronicle, my name is Jack Dolgin, and we'll see you back, same place, same time next week. Thanks for watching.